Hi everyone, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really cool masculine birthday card idea with the help of my Big Shot and the Truly Tailored Bundle. So this bundle is only available until May 31st. So if you want to get it, now is the time to get it so that you get it 10% off. Once the occasion's catalog retires, the punch will be still available, but the stamp set will be retiring forever, which is a really sad thing to have to announce because I think it's great for Father's Day and sort of other masculine cards. So here's what I'm going to do. My card is going to be basic black. I've cut it 8.5 by 5.5 and I've scored it at the 4 1/4 mark. So that's going to be my card base, and it's going to be landscape instead of portrait. Now before the video began, I took some colors of cardstock, so I'm using Crumb Cake and Always Artichoke, and I took my punch and I punched a few of these shapes. And then what I did was I attached those shapes to a layer of basic black. So this is cut 5 by 3 3/4. So I took several of the colors. Let me flip it over. And this is what I did, was I created 3 Always Artichoke and 2 Crumb Cake, and I adhered them to this layer. And then what I did was I flipped the layer over and I took my paper snips and I trimmed the overhanging pieces off so that it would be like so. So this is going to be a background layer for my card. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to create a couple of layers for this card. So I'm going to bring in 2 of my stitched shape framelits. So I've got the square stitch shapes, and I'm going to create a basic black and a crumb cake using the 2 different sizes of these squares. So I have got my magnetic platform, my bottom standard cutting pad, and then I'm going to put on the basic black and the crumb cake cardstock, like so. And I'm going to, whoops, it's really magnetic, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to put the top standard cutting pad on, hold this in place, and run it through the Big Shot. And so I have these 2 layers like so, and then hopefully you can see, I don't know, the lighting is not very good in here, but I'm going to take my snail adhesive and I'm going to adhere these 2 together like so. Right? So I'm going to set that aside for just a second, and I have a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. And then from the stamp set, I've chosen the Lookin' Sharp stamp. I've mounted it to a clear block, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to color it using my old olive marker and my basic black marker. So really all I want that would be basic black on this stamp are the sunglasses. So the reason I use my markers is so that I can get multiple colors. So that kind of coordinates and pulls everything together. So I'll just color the glasses black like so. And then I'm going to just stamp it down on this scrap Whisper White cardstock. Excellent. And then I'm going to punch it out using the punch. Like so. And then I'm going to use a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to pop up my phrase layer, and I'm going to make this diagonal just for added interest, like so. And then I'm going to bring in this card layer, and I'm going to adhere it flat onto the card layer. Like so. Okay, hopefully you can see it. Like so. And then I'm going to bring in the card base, and again I'm going to use 4 Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to lift this layer off of my card base. So I'm just using 4. Stampin' Dimensionals are really sticky. You don't need to use a lot of them. And I'm going to attach it to my card base, like so, to complete my card. Now, here's a couple of other things you could do. You could add more of these punched shapes to fill in the whole background layer of your card. Another idea would be to take some linen thread or a ribbon that would coordinate, or a baker's twine that would coordinate it, and maybe do 2 or 3 layers underneath this phrased layer and wrap them around this basic black layer for some added interest. I could use some of the metallic shapes, or maybe some specialty kind of candy dots, I guess. I can't remember what we call them. But you could add some additional interest and sparkle to this if you want, but I really like it. Plain, simple, masculine looking, and a great birthday card idea for somebody special. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the measurement for the cardstock layers, please visit my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While you're on my blog, subscribe to my free customer newsletters. There's a subscription box on the right-hand side and partway down the page. Fill in your information and I will add you to my mailing list. I send a newsletter every week with a project idea you won't see anywhere else, and I tell you about specials, promotions, and unique things happening in the Stampin' Up! World. I'm Terry. I'm nuts about stamping. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.